So now in this session, what are we going to do is we are going to discuss about a very simple example wherein we are doing some C is equals to A plus B kind of a stuff, wherein like we just are using this A and B values as the input, A and B values as input, and then we are getting the value of C. Okay, simple like this. Okay, so in this what we are doing is we primarily want to understand the flow of the enhancement spot. So first we are going to create an enhancement spot here, spot that will be in SE18 only, and then we are going to create a BAdI definition that will be also in SE18 transaction only. Then we are going to create BAdI implementation that we are going to do it in SE19 transaction, and then we are going to create a program in SE38 transaction. Okay, so these are the things that we are going to do now, and the only addition that we are doing in this particular project is that we are creating an enhancement spot. Okay, let's create an enhancement spot and let's do this simple project. I'm going to SE18 transaction to create a BAdI enhancement spot. I'll go for ZVA underscore ES1 and click on create. So the moment we give this, we can give this as enhancement spot. Enhancement spot. For VA, and BAdI definition is okay, and if you have any composite enhancement spot in the sense like you want to attach this to some other enhancements, or we can do that. Otherwise we can just say okay. Now I just want to create it in a package. So I'm taking the Z test, create new. So, okay. Now this is the BAdI definition part, and we just need to click on this create BAdI definition, and we'll give some name. I'm give it as ZVA underscore BAdI definition. Say okay. Now here you can see that you have BAdI definition here. Here you can find the interface and we can see the implementation. So interface, if you double click on the interface, it should automatically create an interface here. So I'll create the interface as ZIF underscore EX underscore VA BAdI, enter. So here we have done the interface as well. We're going some interface, and here I'll give this method name as M1, And this m1 we are actually giving it as, make sure it is given as an instance method. So now we are giving it as add two numbers. Say OK, save it. And then we need to do the implementation part for this. In the implementation, we'll go to the implementation and do that. Okay, so for this we need to define the parameters actually. So the parameters would be something like yeah, so we'll select the M1 and click on the parameters. So we need to maintain parameters like C is equals to A plus B is what we want to give it, right? So we want to give A, B and C. A of type importing and associated type I'll give it as int underscore 5. There's already a standard data element called int underscore 5, and then we have importing again, and then we have int underscore 5. Now this is exporting. Now C happens to be the exporting, and for that also we'll give the same property int underscore 5, and the logic we'll write it in the implementation part of this methods. So for this particular BAdI we need to have the implementation, and that is where we actually give that implementation part. So we have exporting and we'll give it as int underscore 5. Yes. Then this int underscore 5 is already there. Back. We just need to activate this. Now this is done. So we have this as interface. Okay, this is active now, and the enhancement spot name is ZVA underscore ES1. Okay, and the BAdI name for that we have is ZVA underscore BAdI definition. Okay, now we are going to go ahead with the SE19 transaction. Wherein we'll go ahead with create implementation. We have classical BAdI. No, new BAdI. So because we're given the enhancement spot, right? The enhancement spot name is ZVA underscore ES1. ZVA underscore ES1. And then click on create implementation. ZVA underscore BAdI IMP1 implementation for BAdI. So we are not touching the composite enhancement implementation, because it's not composite is something like, you know, combination of multiple enhancements. Saving it here. Now we'll write a very simple logic in the method here. Now the implementation class, is a BAdI implementation. We have ZVA underscore BAdI IMP1 and implementation ZVA underscore B IMP B class. Let's say enter. BAdI definition. So the BAdI definition is ZVA BAdI definition. This is the one we have. Okay, select that. Say OK. Now save it in the package. Okay. So we have created a new interface name and we have given implementing class. We have given a new implementing class. So the interface that we had created in the definition part is coming here. This is the implement class. We have ZVA underscore B class. This is what we have. Okay, so we have created this successfully. Now we just need to double click on this method. Say yes. And here we need to write that value. Saying that C is equals to A plus B. C is equals to A plus B. This is what we are writing here. Activate this logic. Now we need to call this into our program. So we have done the implementation of the program. It's just activating it. And once it's been done, yeah, this is activated now successfully. Now we have to go back and call this from our program, SE38 program. Activate it again. Okay, it got activated now and this is done. So we just came out of it and now we're going to go ahead with SE38 transaction code, wherein we will be defining these values: ZVA underscore enhancement spot BAdI 1 create BAdI definition. This is program to call BAdI with enhancement spot. We'll go ahead with executable program. Say OK. Click on save. Say OK. Now this is the program that we are going to write, in which we are going to define data. K is a random letter that I'm taking. You can take anything else. Int underscore 5. The property that we have taken for all the fields needs to be given here also, int underscore 5. Now we'll go for parameters. Parameters, we'll give it as x type int underscore 5. This is an SAP standard data element. Now this is the parameters. We have it. We have the parameters. We have this, and now we'll go ahead and call that, that exit. Okay. So to call that exit, and before we call the exit, we anyways have to create a object type ref2. So I'm give it as obj type ref2, that interface name, the interface that I created there in that. So let me go ahead and take the interface name here. The interface name that we have here is this one. Interface name is here. Parameters, and then we have to go for obj type ref2 zif underscore ex underscore va BAdI, and now we'll go ahead with pattern. Object call create, no, this is call, class name is cl underscore exit handler, cl underscore exit handler, and here we have get star get underscore instance,
Sir,
yes.
sir, what is the use of this class, sir? CL underscore exit handler.
This is the class which which enables us to call that functionality, whatever is there, which we imbibed into the BAdI, can be called into our program only through this cl underscore exit handler implies get underscore instance. This is the cl underscore exit handler is a standard class, and get underscore instance is a standard method which enables us to call it from the which enables us to access our BAdI.
Okay.
Now here we have a BAdI. So when I say BAdI, I mean BAdI definition, implementation, interface, everything. Now here we have a program. Now what is the connectivity between the BAdI and program? How are they getting connected? They are getting connected through this cl underscore exit handler implies get underscore instance. Without calling it, you cannot connect to a BAdI through a program. Is it clear?
Okay, sir, please.
Yeah, it's a connectivity. For connectivity, we are going to go for it, without which you cannot call the BAdI. Yeah. So now that we have called the BAdI, now you're connected to the BAdI. Okay, so the BAdI name, we need to give the BAdI name here. So exit name. So we'll just uncomment this. Here exit name. Here I'll go for the BAdI definition. This is ZVA underscore BAdI DEF. ZVA underscore BAdI DEF. ZVA underscore BAdI DEF. This is what we have. And then we'll call the method inside this. Now this cl underscore exit handler get underscore instance is enabling us to contact the BAdI. Whatever we have done in the BAdI, we are able to call it into our program through this CL underscore exit handler implies get underscore instance. CL underscore exit handler happens to be the class and get underscore instance happens to be the method. Now that we have used it, let me copy this interface name. Pattern. Now call method. Instance name is obj. Class interface name. Method. We have to check the methods. M1 is the only method that has come here. Say OK. Now it has been in the program. So I'm giving this as A. We are giving this P underscore A. B we are giving this P underscore B. Okay. And exporting and commenting this. And commenting this. And we need to go for key. Now let me come back and check the parameters because I'm not sure what are the naming conventions that I gave for the parameters. Let me just check that. I give it as x and y. Let me change that to p underscore a, p underscore b. So this x and y also will work, but if we give p underscore a, it can be clearly seen that it is a parameter.
Sir, your voice is breaking.
Okay, so now that we have done this, okay, so we have used the parameters as p underscore a and p underscore b instead of x and y, and we have given this p underscore a and p underscore b, we have passed it into the method, and now what we have to do is we have to say write k, because we should get the output in the k. Let's see that now. Let's do the syntax check. Activate. Execute. I'm giving this 10, 20. Execute. Now that we have done this, so we'll go for more. Edit, enhancement operations, and create option. So this is the concept that we're going to click for create option, and we just need to add that enhancement spot whatever we have given there. So we just need to click on this, and we need to give the enhancement point name that we have created there, ZVA star. So let me just check that here. Enhancement spot is ZVA underscore ES1. Okay, so we'll go for this enhancement. Yes. Okay, so I'll give it as ZVA underscore EP1, and then click on this create. And in this, we'll go ahead with that enhancement spot that we had taken there. Say OK. Actually we need to assign this enhancement spot for this particular program. Once we add this enhancement spot in our program, then it starts working. Whatever we have given will work. So we'll go for more, enhancement spot, create option. Enhancement point name is ZBA underscore EP10. Okay, enhancement point. Then we need to go ahead with enhancement name. Okay, so what we just need to do is we need to call that enhancement spot into our program. So for that, calling the enhancement spot into our program, we just need to click on this more and edit enhancement operations and in this create option. In the create option, we have to select the enhancement spot here, and in the enhancement spot, we'll be giving some name here. We'll give some name like VA underscore ES1, and now here we'll be giving the enhancement implementation name. Okay, implementation, whatever is the BAdI implementation name, we are going to give it here, and enhancement section we are going to give, and just say okay. Select this and okay. And once we call it, because I've already called it into another program, it's not coming. So here I've already called that program. The moment you do it, you'll get something like this. Enhancement section, VA underscore ES1 is the enhancement section name, spots, this is the BAdI implementation name. Here you can write the logic. So here, once we have done this, we go and select this ZVA ES1. We'll keep the cursor on this, click on more and program, and we'll click on enhance. The moment we click on enhance, we'll select this more, enhance operations. We'll go for implementation. So we need to click on this create implementation. So we just will click on this create implementation, and that is where we have to see the implementation here. So when we click on this implementation, this option will come only when you click on enhance. So create implementation, and the implementation name of this program is what we need to give here, IMP, and just say okay. Now this is the enhancement. We get this kind of enhancement here, wherein we can actually write the implementation for that. So here we can write any logic that we want